Let's get
So let's start off with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
I listened to all her albums, or at least all the projects that's on streaming, because I wasn't doing no deep dive and trying to really go on live mixtapes and trying to see what she got.
She put out her sophomore year in
I'm not.
college.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. And so I went to her earliest project that's on streaming, but the first thing I listened to was Traumazine, which is her latest album. I listened to it, and I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, this is her best album." I'm like, is that really saying?
It came out this year?
It came out 2 years ago, 2022. And I listened to it. And I'm like, I'm just going to get the stereotypical, I'm a hot girl, he's going to eat my cat, I'm going to use him for his money, I don't date broke Negroes, you B-words ain't F with me, my butt's fat. I thought I was going to get that.
Yeah.
First track came in, I'm like, okay. I'm like, she's coming hard. The production is also really good as well. Second track, a feature with Key Glock. I'm like, this is surprisingly good as well. The third track came in, I forgot the name of it, but I'm like, I'm jamming.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. This is actually good right now. She's doing as good as she does rapping wise. Fourth track came in. Her and Lotto. I'm like, all right. I feel like I know what I'm gonna get when I come into this song. Production wasn't that great. And I realize now when I was listening to Megan Thee Stallion, I don't really like these female rappers that have these deeper or more masculine tones when rapping. And so this song came on with Meg and Lotto. I think it's called Budget. You know, they both rapping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang. They sound way too alike. Like, they sound way too alike. Like, I never thought about it because I'm like, I hope I don't hear this track and they sound too
vocally,
similar.
they sound like...
vocally they sound
content
very similar
as well?
Oh, of course. Oh, of course.
Dang. Is Shay saying women don't have much...
We're going to get into Flo Milli and that will change. I mean, hey, I gave Doja Cat her credit last week. So, hey, I'm not a misogynist.
Your favorite song on there is Wet Vagina as well.
Correct. And it's dripping too. So, the song was a stereotypical thing. I knew what was coming because I'm like, the song is called Budget. It's gonna be something about how, you know, it's their money or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm all right with that as long as the song is good. And she didn't do the typical girl power thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, the song is cool. I'm not really gonna go back to it because that first 3-track run, I'll even count this as the 4-track run, was pretty solid. Then we get the rest of the album. I'm like, wow, you really went back into the megasms. And by the megasms, I mean, she raps about the stereotypical things all the time that these BBL era girls do. I'm the hot girl. He's addicted to my P word. Not every Negro can hit this. Yada, yada, yada. Wooty, wooty, whoop. And I'm just like, you gave me... And I get it. She did it in the first... Like, she does this every song.
Yeah.
But it's the way that she went about it in those first 3 to 4 songs. And the production was really, really solid on those first 4 songs. The rest of the album, though, I'm like...
It was a chore, B.
I mean, going through this whole discography was the biggest chore I've ever been through, B. And so that after that, I'm like, and I heard some of these hits on TikTok, and I get it. I get this music. It's just, it's so hard for me to consider her a good artist when literally all she does is copy and paste the same type of song each album. And I get it. She's going to try and feed that mainstream audience. She's going to try and go for that radio hit. She's going to do that with almost every song on her album. But god dang, this gets tiring. It's just so bloated, B. I'm like, Meg. And then she has a song called Southside or Southern or Southside Royalty. Her, Sauce Walker, Lil Kiki, and I forgot who else on there. And Big Pokey.
Yeah.
That song was good too.
Yeah.
I'm like, Meg, literally everything before the album. And she even has a really bad sample of another song that I forgot the name of. It's called Flip Flop. And it's these songs where she tries to do the, I don't want to say introspective, but more personal songs. And because she has such a masculine and deep voice when she's doing all this rapping, she has all this bravado. So when you try to do this very personal song, she always tries to sound vulnerable, but very fragile and weak. And I'm like, I don't buy this. This doesn't feel real. And I can't say that she can do that because I do want her to do that more. But I kind of want her to do that rapping. I don't want you to do this in this soft girl voice because it's like, you can't do this soft girl voice, but then you gave me all these hard bars about how Negroes just want to eat my vagina and all that. I'm just like, no, like... and that's just Traumazine. And I had to say it like this. This is our best project. Well, this might be second best. Yeah. And so I went through the discography, like I said. I listened to Suga. It's an EP.
Yeah, I remember
I'm like, it has a song Savage on there, not the Beyonce remix one. But I listened to that. I'm like, this is cool. It's middle of the road for me. I'm not going to judge this as hard as an album. But I'm like, I'm getting the same thing every song. I'm like, okay. Then I'm listening to Good News, which I think is her debut project. It does have the Savage remix on there. Same thing. All over this album. I'm like, Jesus.
Christ.
I'm like, sometimes I be thinking, can she really rap? Because I listen to her with those other Houston rappers. I'm like, no, she's in the same vein as them. She just is a woman and can make the hot girl-ish because it's hot right now.
Bitch, I'm a hot girl.
She does. It's just a girl version of what these Houston rappers are doing. So I'm just like, she raps well enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing extraordinary. And I'm not saying she got to be the best lyricist out there. But when you have such bravado, such high regard for yourself and saying, like, you one of the best people out here doing this, I expect a bit more. I don't expect the same radio song. I expect you to challenge yourself a bit more. And so, she even has a song on here, which I got to talk about some of the Meg fans, because I was watching the Rap Roundtable the other day, and they are very performative. That's what the Rap Roundtable said about Meg fans. Yeah. They're very performative, because they don't come out when they need to. Mm-hmm. And there's just certain things, like when the Eminem Slim Shady thing, if I ask Meg for a feature, do you think I got a shot at the feet or whatever?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you're talking about black woman's trauma. It's not trauma, B. You want to know why? Because she has bars in here kind of referring to that, like, oh, next time someone shoots me, I'm going to shoot them back. Yeah. Or, saying something like, oh, so. You don't have to guess who shot me.
Yeah.
Ha! It's like one of those things where she kind of like does that, and I'm just like, we get it.
Right.
Tory, quote unquote, shot you. We don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. So
allegedly.
I'm not. So allegedly. I'm not taking sides, and I'm not putting that into a factor of me liking her music.
Facts.
Because me, I really don't care about that. But, it's just one of those things where, like, it can't be that traumatizing if you talking about it in a braggadocious way. Talking about, oh, next time someone shoots me, I'm going to shoot him back.
Yeah.
Well, and she says it in a very braggadocious way. It's not like...
I wouldn't say she's not traumatized from it. Just cause
okay, so then...
Because a lot of rappers talk about when they got shot. I'm pretty that was really traumatizing towards them.
Yeah, it is.
No,
but
like,
how come no one else defends them when they talk about them?
Because you know why they defend them.
Nah, please tell me. Please tell me, people. Why y'all?
Because she's a woman. She's a black woman. And especially a white rapper made a joke about her trauma. Of course they're going to say about
so what if
they're not going to say nothing about Jadakiss telling 50,
you
got to get shot 9 times to be rich. Like, they don't care because it's a diss. But, like, come on, bro. It ain't that deep. We worry about, when I say we, I mean black people. We worry about the wrong things.
I agree. You know but, like I said, she tried to flip that bar, and then she also tries to have a song later on. Oh, when I try to tell the truth, no one believes me. And I'm just like, this sounds like a liar.
Yeah, but like...
I'm not saying she is, because I really don't care about that situation. Yeah, I don't wish harm against anyone. Yeah. But it just... You sound like...
Yeah, I just don't want to... Like I would want to critique it as much because she's just an entertainer. She's just a rapper. Because you can do the same thing with any rapper, bro. They do the same thing. Like,
no, I agree, but I'm talking about the fandom. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the fans. Because Megan's never came out and said, I'm really traumatized.
Fans are black women. We know how they act, bro. And I love y'all. I don't really have to say that I love y'all to say
some of y'all
critique y'all. No, I can say, I critique y'all and not tell y'all how much I love y'all. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm going to critique y'all. Y'all know, y'all pick and choose.
So, Good News was not a good album.
Good News the one with the newspapers?
Yeah.
Show me the cover to the
Traumazine is the best cover she has.
I don't even remember seeing that.
I forgot what song is on there, but she has like some songs on there. One of them sounds like a super pop song. Bro, I mean, technically they're all pop songs, but But so next project I went into was Tina Snow, and this is when she was really bubbling and really got popular on the internet.
I remember that one.
Easily her best project.
Yeah,
easily. I was like, all right, the production is really solid. Her rapping ability is really good as well. I'm like, this is really solid. Like, I really don't have any complaints about this. Yeah. Will I go back to this? No, but if I wanted to put someone on the Meg, I put her on the Tina Snow and Traumazine. Yeah. So I was like, Tina Snow, and I get people say, oh, it's her alter ego or whatever. It's not really that much of a better alter ego. It's the same thing. It's not like it's Slim Shady versus Eminem and it's a different alter ego. Or, Beyonce and maybe a Sasha Fierce. It's the same thing. I just think you get better production. So I need Megan Thee Stallion to just change her name to Tina Snow and just keep every album like that. But after that, I listened to Something for the Hotties, which is actually the first project I've ever heard of from Meg. Mm-hmm. This is one of the worst projects I've heard this year.
And then what year this came out? You heard it before, though.
Yeah, I heard it when it first came out.
So how is it the worst you heard this year? You already heard it.
Because it's still the worst thing I've heard this year.
Oh, my God.
It came out 2021. Yeah. And so it's the one with the devil on it.
I didn't know she put out all these projects.
This is a compilation project of and she labels half these songs freestyles. They the same goddamn it's literally the exact goddamn same thing. And she has some interludes from Texas rappers like Bun B is on there. Yeah. Paul Wall. She even does a disrespectful "Let Me See It." She gets that beat from the UGK album. Yeah. And she tries to rap over it. I'm just like,
you see that she brought out Paul Wall now? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring that.
She the only one that's showing
I'm
love.
about to say she's the only one that's showing love to Houston though. So I'm about to say at least with her, she's showing love back to the city. Then I heard Fever. It's the same thing. It's a song with her and the baby on it.
Yeah,
that Cash Ish. Yeah, one of the worst things ever. And then I listened to her first project that's on streaming called Make It Hot. This project came out 2017.
Yeah.
And while this isn't bad, because I give her grace, because this was very early in her career, it wasn't anything like to make me think, oh, she's going to be a star one day. So yeah, Megan Thee Stallion, very disappointing discography. I think she really has potential to come out with a really solid, great album. I mean, she kind of did with Traumazine.
Yeah.
It's just that she gets into those megasms, and I get it. You got to do the radio play stuff. But literally, you gave me 4 songs of something good, something different compared to what you usually do. But then you just F it all off. You just F the rest of it all off. Hey. I wanted to really like this, because I was like, okay, I'm going to be a hater that turns into a fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
like
have
the Doja Cat, yeah.
I didn't have it with this. I'm like, she could rap. She could flow on a beat well.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
But the lyrics is really nothing of substance.
And I'm not saying she has to be the most lyrical rapper, or she has to be the most substance-filled rapper. But god dang, each song just feels the same. Each song gives me the same vibe. Nothing changes among these songs. Her flow doesn't really change. Subject matter doesn't really change. She's on the goddamn exact same topics, same subject matter. If I did a drinking game to how many times she talked about how she was that B, I would have been drunk by like the second track of like one of these albums. Oh my gosh. But that's it. That's all I have to say for Meg. Like I said, I think she could really have a really good album, but I feel like the chance that she had with that is kind of already over. Because Traumazine did give me something different at the beginning, but it didn't really stick with me, and I hate that because I was like, maybe this is the album that's gonna make me a fan.
I don't think so. I think she has a lot, because you gotta understand, like, when it comes to women, a lot of them, you have to grow up, man. So it's good. I don't think she can continue.
You think she's ever gonna have a Lauryn Hill moment?
Well, Lauryn Hill was just Lauryn Hill before she started. I just think that she can probably get more introspective as she go through life. It's more because she's still in her 20s, late 20s at that. She got to experience a little more thing. She might have a family one day, might have some kids. So you might see her take a different direction. It might be a pop direction. It might take a Nicki Minaj direction, when she had all those, like, really big pop songs. So you just never know. I feel like if Megan Thee Stallion keep her steam up, keep the staying relevant, I think she could take another path.
I think if she took the pop star path, I would more so enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because she does have songs where she tries to do the pop star thing, and I'm like, I get it. I'm like, this isn't for me. And like I said, 1 to 2 songs of her being that B and all that, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I get it. But when you make the whole album the same exact goddamn thing, and there's no differentiating each song from each other, I'm like, the only thing differentiating is the order of the words. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's my problem.
Yeah, I know you have to critique it, but like I don't know, with music like this, it's just hard for me to actually like give it any type of really good review, because it's there for what it is. Like, it's like going to a Moneybagg Yo album and looking for some introspection.
But see, that's the thing though, and I thought that too at first. But like I said, I heard Traumazine the first 4 tracks. I'm like, okay, she's giving me something different.
Yeah.
But then she just F's it all.
Yeah,
over.
but you gotta understand also, when it comes to artists like that, that's not their bag. They can give it to you like once or twice, and then they're gonna do their thing. Because it's like with Drake. Drake can give us an album we want, but he's not.
And so how about this? The production was really solid on those 4 songs I told you, right?
Yeah.
Then it gets into that weak production that we usually hear.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I get that you're going to do that. Give me some good production behind it. Give me some good songwriting behind it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be lyrical, spiritual miracle.
Yeah,
but you can't talk about you
some...
being that being that one female rapper, and you don't bring it to me.
Yeah.
At least Nicki Minaj, she does have the pop songs. She got some standouts, though.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay. Like Roman's Revenge? Okay.
But you also got to look at a lot of female rappers right now. They really don't hold it, especially in the mainstream. They don't hold a candle to like Nicki when it comes to her creativity.
I agree.
Like, she's really creative.
Except for Doja.
Yeah, Doja's dope.
Yeah.
Doja's dope.
And Flo Milli, maybe.
Yeah, I'm saying they dope, but I'm saying
after.
creativity, I still think Nicki is still above them in a way. Like, just especially with rapping ability as well.
Okay,
like, she's not even just like Doja, yeah, she can do different flows and stuff like that. But like, I'm saying, like, we heard Nicki actually like beat out some of the top rappers on the song. Like she had the best verse on Monster. Like, it's not many female artists that's having that moment like that.
Or that will ever have that moment.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know, I think she's a little different. She's in a different bracket when it comes to like her talent,
I agree. I think
Little
Doja is
Nicki
the,
praise.
oh yeah, but I think Doja may be the only person closest to that because Doja to me has great rapping ability, and obviously she can make
Great.
great songs.
She has personality.
Exactly, and so for me, that's why for me, and like I said, I don't need the most lyrical, spiritual, miracle type things. Like I get that, and then we'll talk about Flo Milli in a minute. But I'm just like I guess my thing is like change it up.
Yeah.
At least package it differently.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all my thing is. Okay. Because I'm like Meg. It just sounds like every song on here is trying to aim for the radio, and obviously one is gonna stick.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't know. I just like I don't know. Like and like I said, I was thinking I'm just a woman hater.
Yeah.
At one point, but I'm like I heard Doja Cat. I'm like I love that. Listen to Flo Milli. What we gonna talk about in a minute. I'll talk about that because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like Meg, like I really want to rep because you from H-Town, you from Texas.
But it's like
it's just disappointing. That's the thing.
But one thing with this program we're doing now, like we're new at it, and then like at the time, as we continue to do this, we can look back at some of the things that we thought about this artist, and maybe in the coming years, she gives you that project.
I do want to be.
So,
I do want to.
So it's dope that we have this documented. You know what I mean? So. That's what we gonna see, B. Even though we have some stuff, I remember I told you I listened to an old podcast when we talked about one of her albums. You felt the same way.
I just got the same thing, and I'm older, so it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Megan Thee Stallion, I do think that you have a great album ahead of you. I just don't know what it is, and I'm not really sure if Megan is going to be that one.
I think it's that maturity, bro. When she get a little older,
I think she's going to need that but also I don't want her to fall in that Houston rapper category where they just rapping. It's the same thing from back then. I'm like, no one's listening.
Once you start talking about Rod Opos, talking
about the candy paint dripping,
candy paint dripping off her body or something.
Yeah, just So Megan Thee Stallion, a good enough artist.
Yeah.
She could flow well. I'm like, but the lyrics, the subject matter, it just gets very tiring and boring when she doesn't repackage it enough or repackage it well enough.
Right.
So yeah, that's about it for Megan Thee Stallion.